Behind me is the SS Great Britain. I've never been here before. My first impression, it's very large. Let's go have an explore. See what I mean? Or it just keeps on going. So there's two museums here. There's one in here and there's one behind on the other side of the ship. There's also a dry dock, which we're going to have a look at in a minute. But I want to show you this. Is it all horsey? And the carriage, I guess that's what they used to kind of carry stuff around. This is goods inward. There's so many props here. From the Great Western Steamship Company. Ooh, I wonder what he's up to. Gunpowder? And there's some bits for the horse. Oh, I guess at some point they produced afternoon tea cube sugar. This is really odd. It's just so crazy how much below the water level the ship goes. I mean, look how far back it is. And then it's towering above me here. I don't know if you can see it, but just above me there is like a glass structure, and you can kind of see the water just very lightly above it. Then it's not like it floats, it's a small layer, but you can kind of see a nice watery effect. And this propeller is huge. I mean, it's not surprising considering how big a ship it's powering. My lord. It's like all these little ships you see, but on just a gigantic scale. Just look how far back it goes. I mean, let's just use me for scale. Me, propeller. It's huge. One thing you'll notice when you're down here is it's very warm, and that's because they have humidifiers kind of protecting the base of the ship. There's one in here and there's one actually on the ship itself. This anchor is absolutely huge. But I guess it's the same for everything you can say on this ship. It has to be. So behind me is the casing, and it stops the water coming in here and keeps the dry dock dry. So don't fail, please. So this shows basically how they salvaged the SS Great Britain. One of the things they did was they passed a patch hole so they could float the actual SS Great Britain again. And this is like a timeline of how it happened. Took a while, it looks like.
Yeah, so very...
All these artifacts just look so large. It's like you think of a ship normally, like a small boat, and everything's just magnified. This is kind of like a walk-through museum, which leads you up to the ship. It's kind of a timeline. Anyone care to drive? Oh my lord. It's a rather big steering wheel, isn't it? I mean, it's hard to comprehend just how big the ship is without actually being here. But look at this model. It's absolutely ginormous. I don't think it's that many of the planks of wood from the forecastles still bear graffiti marks from the sailors. I mean, they're killing time. I wonder if you can find Geoffrey was here. It's an example ticket, it's not the actual real thing, it's a replica. But it shows you their classes and the food rations they receive on board. Many would keep their tickets as souvenirs and they become quite valuable. That wouldn't happen today though, because it's all new tickets. Cool though. Just look at the size of this propeller. I mean, you can essentially say everything on this ship is just big. If you wanted to get your picture taken, it's just round there in traditional era clothing. It's just round there, flashbang, just round the corner. They call everyone a passenger who comes here, so you can get a crew card here now, and we can get a passenger boarding card. This is the passenger boarding card for Robert Tyndall Bright. And it gives you kind of details about who this character was. Apparently we're in steerage. Oh dear. Anyway, it's this way to the ship. And as we come out of the museum, we come onto the top deck. This is what the deck would look like in 1843. So there's some stairs to the lower deck. You can see it's huge. But one thing to note, there's a Sinbad in the window. I'm coming down to the lower decks. There's little doors to explore. I think this is the surgery opening hours. Oh, it has a smell of scent in here. Looks like she's being seen too. He's having a little shave there in this barber shop. You can see there's not much space in here. It must look like a little cabin. It's like a bunk bed. Unless they've got a window view, well, kind of. It's quite long and narrow. This is a notice of quarantine, so you might not want to go in that one. This is another example of small cabins with bunk beds. Any remember bunk beds? When I was younger, I always sleep in a bunk bed. There was a bit bigger than this one. It's a lot bigger. I'm guessing this is like a bar area. With some little treats. Though that doesn't sound very pleasant. Go further down, stay up here for now. I wonder what's going on in here. You can't really see much in the camera because it's a bit dark. This looks like luggage storage. Here's old cases. Can you imagine lugging these around these days? No wheels either. I think this is what governs the speed. Pull that lever to change the speed. Not gonna lie, I think if you can stay here, this might end up in a worst hotel place to stay. In this state. The bathrooms don't smell particularly pleasant like that. Very much so. Ooh, another small room. I don't like it. This is like the crew, chief steward, more crew quarters. Much smaller than the passenger rooms we saw just now. The towers are quite small. So cool they have these models of waxworks in here as well. Having a nice little snooze. There's this hat down there. Don't you can see the sign. This shaft is for the disposal of ash and clinker only. No bottles, rags or other items to be thrown overboard through this chute. Fair warning for squeamish, look away now. It'll be very quick, it's the abattoir. That's enough of that. I think you found the good stuff. The fruit and veg, the raisins, the straw cupboard. It's quite small when you think about it. I wonder if there's another one. We have musicians' quarters maybe. There's a violin down there and some music. Another violin up there. This is definitely musicians' quarters. And a little kitchen with a mess. Ooh. Put the floor back over there. This is so cool. Someone's playing cards in this room. Is that a newborn baby? Yeah, born today. You can't see that. I did not just trip over the board. No, not at all. It's like an absolute maze in here. This is little toys. Someone sneezed. Lovely. I love the sound effects. It's so cool. Oh, someone's snoring. Another violin. Although that's seen better days. Looks like my violin. The string is broken. Oh, it's all called streets, like Little Bork Street. And this is like somewhere else you need to eat. Some leftover biscuits. Broken biscuits. Anyone remember broken biscuits, or still get them? Used to be a staple in our house. Oh yes, I found the bakery. Oh, it smells like a bakery in here as well. And that's still all the fresh bread. And now we come into the kitchen. That does make me think of the orange classic, like wobbly jellies. Not sure I'd find that too appetising though. It's like, it looks like a dog's head. I'm not sure, but that's actually what it is. It's a closet, you can't see. All the herbs in the middle. That's a cool way to display. Oh, there was a rat. All the herbs. I think they've got ratatouille in the kitchen. Oh, a little cat at the top. So there he is. Oh, there's two of them now. Don't want those in your kitchen. Herbs. It's actually a really clever way of organising a kitchen when you think about it. Oh, there's more rats. They've got a rat problem. They need to sort that out. Nice to see they have plenty of apples though. Dishes could do with washing up. Lots of plates. Classic cutlery. The blue and white. And classic that you find. Oh, yes, a pig's head. Lovely. And some fresh veg. This is so cool. This is so absolutely cool. I'm back in the bakery. I think I've explored all that level, so I'm going down a level. Okay, so I think we've come to the very bottom of the ship. I think, remember the dry dock from earlier and all those holes in the ship? You can kind of see the light coming through them now. These little sparkles of starlight light coming from the dry dock underneath. And they've got the their animals down here, their horses. It seems a little bit sad when you think about they're just there, but I guess you can't want them just wandering around. Makes sense. But even here under the ship is so big. Oh yeah, this is how to feed the animals. The regiment of foot. When they were fed, watered, clean stools and grooming. And there's none of the horses there. Does stink a bit inside. Blythe's Ironmongery. I wonder what's through here. This is like a have your own adventure. Just browsing around. It's so cool. Now you can't see the sign, but it says here very clearly, first class passengers only beyond this point. It's a better view of that engine stuff that's happening upstairs down here. You see what it's actually doing, it's bringing this belt up and down. Oh my gosh, the difference is pretty staggering here. It smells so good in here. It's more opulent, more goldy and red. A very decent box of cards and some plans. Hello. This looks all set up for dinner. Very special. I don't think I've ever had a meal that requires so many knives and forks. We have a piano here, but I suspect it's locked, so yes. I can't give you my rendition of Greensleeves, I'm afraid. I'll have to stay for another day. So we're back upstairs and look at this bell. It's good to see the cattle and pigs. I kept what's they actually like. Not all the animals are so bad that they're kind of in the base of the ship. These get some light. Wow. And other poultry's up here as well. That's a geese. I'm guessing that's a chicken, maybe? So that was the ship itself, and for an upcharge you can actually climb upwards, probably to that one. I don't actually know, but that won't be me, ever. But I think we can kind of say, a summary of this has been written, is it's very large, much larger than you might think. 100% that walkthrough of the downstairs out of the ship, where you can see the waxworks and the sounds, and just explore. That was so cool, so well worth the visit. So this is being Brunell. Look at all the stuff he did. It's crazy. Including the suspension bridge. I mean, one of the first things to notice coming in here is this gigantic face of Brunell. Oh my lord. You can't see at the moment, but we're currently experiencing a narrow gauge railway. It's a bit bumpy. So this is what that railway was doing, that broad gauge carriage. Yeah. Very bumpy. And this is what one of the engines would have looked like. So you experienced it and now you've seen it. It's definitely wider, I think, than a normal modern day engine. This is also really cool. It's showing Brunel's inventions over the years and how it kind of affects Bristol and surrounding areas. Like he's got his little hand there, he's thinking, what am I going to do next? I know, I'll do this. And there's the trains. Paddington Station's over there. And here we are coming towards Bristol. There's not so many of those And this is the SS Great Britain. Well, a model of it anyway. It's absolutely huge. The theme for the day. This is one of Brunell's failed inventions. It's called the atmospheric railway. And it basically worked by creating vacuums and pulling the train along in that way. You can kind of see an example picture there. That's a big pipe. So in this cabinet we've got this tiny train of Isambard King of Brunel's small trains next to this teeny biography of Brunel by Dayton Books, who makes books and model houses. Oh, but it's so tiny. Increasing accounts of Brunel's life with miniature portraits of him. That's unbelievable, isn't it, really? So should you visit the SS Great Britain? I think that's a resounding yes. The ship, the museum, it's just a really interactive and fun museum, and the ship itself, the downstairs where you just get to explore through all the rooms, and it's just incredible. The smell pods, waxworks, it's just amazing. It's so much more than I thought it would be, and you just have to come. Prices, I think, are £22 a ticket for an adult and a little bit less for a child, but the ticket also gets you in for a whole year from the date you use it, so come on down. It's definitely worth it, and I definitely can't show you how good it is from this camera because a lot of it's quite dark. So come down, have a go, and experience it for yourself because it's definitely worth it. And with that being said, I don't have anything else on the shelf really that I can recommend next, so I'll let the AI decide. See you there.